guys, it's Rogway here, and we are back, and this is it. If you survived this long listening to me, congratulations. It's probably a rare feat. Anyways, this is the last video, and what we're going to be doing is creating sound in our game. We're also going to create a few hit zones and end goals just to kind of finish up and polish this game, just to get it all looking legit. Okay, so let's get started because there's quite a bit I want to do here. We're going to, first of all, start by adding a layer. We're going to call it Sound FX. We can close our actions for right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in some sound effects. And we're going to go File, Import, Import to Library. And I'm going to go to my Mario game folder. I have a folder there called Sound. I have a coin sound, dead, goal, and theme. Let's hold Shift, select them all, and hit Open. And we should see that they all go into our library. It doesn't really, I guess I can organize it by the type. Here we go, by the sound. In this case, there they are. So coin, da-dung, death, the goal, basically when we finish the level, and the theme song. Okay, so we got our 4 sounds that we're going to put into this to kind of make it nice and awesome. First thing is the sound effects layer. Super easy. We want it to start playing the sound when the game starts. So all we do, we got our layer, we got our frame here. I just locked the other layers. All we got to do is drag the theme song to the stage, and you'll see a little line appear here, basically telling us that sound is now added. So if I go Control Test, oh, we've got the theme music. Awesome. That was easy. Next, what we want to do is we want to make the little da-ding when somebody picks up. I'm sorry, I know that wasn't very accurate. We want to make that little dinger for when people touch the coins. This one's a little trickier, but we're going to go into our background where those coins are. We're going to go and click the coin. It's locked, so let's unlock that. Go into a coin. Double click. Inside here, we've got a coin. All right, that basically is, we've got a movie clip coin. But what we want to do inside here is select the coin, convert it to a symbol. We'll just call it static coin. Whoops. Static coin. Let's just make it a graphic. Hit OK. Like that. And let's insert a keyframe on number 2. The first frame is how the coin looks when it's not touched. Frame 2 is how it looks when somebody picks it up. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to add a layer here. We're going to call it Sound Effects again. Let's just move it down because I always like to have my sound on the lower layer. And on layer 2 Sound Effects, frame 2, we'll insert a keyframe. And we'll put our coin sound onto the stage on just that second frame. Okay? You can see what I did there. On this first frame, we'll put a stop. So we'll go to our actions. We'll make sure the first frame has a stop. Okay? We'll go to the second frame, make sure it has a stop. And then all we have to do is when we pick up this coin, we're just going to tell it to go to frame 2 of the coin. So if I play that, oh, it happens so fast we don't even hear it. So we're going to go to our main code. We're going to go down to coin collect, which is right in here, our function coin collect. And we're just going to tell it that when Mario hits that coin, okay, when he makes contact with that coin, which is inside of World 1, coin, 1. Okay, let's just make sure it's right. Actually, it is right. For sure it's right. We're going to go to and stop at frame 2, which is where we just put that little sound. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to copy this. We're going to do the same thing to the other coin, except this one is called coin 2. Now, because they're using the same symbol as their base, it should work. Let's just test that out. Here we go. You hear the little ding? It works. Hopefully you can hear that, but the sound is working. Okay, so that was easy. Sound is actually pretty easy once you have your sound effects. Next, what we want to do is our death sequence, which is basically when we die. And we know that that is inside of the Mario sprite. So let's just go to, whoa, I zoomed in way too close. Let's just go to Mario, unlock his layer, double click it. Oh, look at that, it's already on there. That's on the 4th frame of Mario. We've got that symbol there. Let's just go and take a quick look at that. Let's go into that, where we have our animation, which is where he goes up and then down. Now this one's a little trickier. We're going to insert a layer, once again. We're going to call it sound effects. We're inside of this death animation sequence. And we're going to put dead into here. Whoops, into the stage. And for this one, we're going to actually look at the wavelength, okay? You see this wavelength? We want to make sure we add enough frames so that the whole entire sound plays. The way we can do that is we can just drag the last frame out until we see that there's no more waves happening. And actually, you know what? I think I went a little too far there. I think I could have stopped right about here. We'll insert a keyframe here. Get rid of this one, clear this one out, and actually I'm going to just delete or remove these frames. Okay? So now if I play this, we should hear the entire sound. Good. Okay? So you see how that works? Got the animation of him dying, and we got the sound that carries on to however many frames it needs to play the entire sound. Okay? Now let's... Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. We need to move this keyframe on the animation layer as well. Because remember, that layer right there has the action that tells it to go back to the intro. If we had it back here where it was originally, it wouldn't play the whole song. It would jump to the intro before the song finished. Okay, so that's why we're going to do that. While we're doing that, we need to tell it that if there's any music or sound playing at the start of this, for example, before this music plays for the death, we want to make sure that all other sounds are basically turned off. Because the theme music, it would sound really weird with the theme music playing and, you know, Mario dying. So what we're going to do here is we're going to stop all sounds. And the way we would do that, I think I already showed you this, I can't remember. On this first frame, you can see I just moved that frame over one. On this frame, the very first frame, we would put sound mixer dot stop, capital ALL. This just tells animate to stop all sounds that are playing before it starts a new one. Okay, we can also go to our intro, okay, at the very start of this and add the same thing. Because at the intro before the game starts, we want to just make sure that all other sounds are stopped so that it can start fresh when the game starts. Okay, so this just kills all sounds. Otherwise you get this weird thing where it just repeats sounds over and over again. It sounds really strange. So now let's test that out. I'm purposely going to die here, so don't judge my playing abilities. Here we go. My floating Goombas. They got screwed up somewhere along the way. So now watch my death. And there we go. You can see that it restarts the sound. You notice that the theme music stops when I die as well. So that's working perfectly. We've got the sound in there for the jump, for the theme music, for the death sequence. Now what we want to do is we want to add two things. First of all, we want to make sure that Mario can't move anywhere to the left, because if you notice right now, I can just keep going. Oh, and I die. But I can just keep going left and it looks really stupid. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an object here, just to kind of finish up some last minute touches. We're going to add an object here so he can't go left. Okay, we're going to have to stop him from moving from to the left. And we're also going to have one that basically plays a sound at the end of the game if he touches the flagpole. Okay, so we got a couple things to do, and then we are done with this. Okay, so just bear with me. It's only going to be a few more minutes here. So, first we're going to put that contact with the start. Okay, let's call it start check. Okay, so I'm just going to go to my game loop, and I'm going to add something called start check. Here we go. Start check. Okay. And let's make a hit object there. We can put it on in our timeline. We can go to our hit zones and we can just add it on there. I'm going to draw a box, which is basically an object telling us where Mario can't go past. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of put it up against the back of Mario like that. Convert it to a symbol. I'll call it start. Oops, not dart. Start hit zone. We'll make it a movie clip. Say OK. We're also going to go to the instance name for this and call it the same thing. Start hit zone. There it is. And we can go to our color effect and set the alpha to 0 so it's hidden. Or we could use visibility, or visible, and turn it off that way. But I like this because I can always bring it back and check it if it's not working properly. And now we're going to go into our code and we're actually going to create the function start check. It's okay, I'll put it at the top because that's fine. It doesn't really matter. So function start check. Okay, and here we go, parentheses, brackets. And also, all we're going to say here is if start hit zone. You know what? I see a potential problem with this. And I want to make sure I fix it before it actually becomes a problem. I'm going to find that object I just created. I'm going to go to properties and I'm going to bring the alpha back up so I can see it. And I'm going to actually cut this out of here. Instead, I would rather put it on the background. So I'm going to double click the background and I'm going to paste it. That didn't work. I don't know why paste in place sometimes doesn't work. We're just going to paste in the center. Let me just zoom out so I can see it, or just move this over. And I'm going to just move it over to where it was. The reason I'm doing it this way is because when it's on the background, it's going to move along with the x-axis of the background. And I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so right now it shouldn't be on coin layer. I'm just going to cut that. I just made a new layer called hit zone. And I'm just going to, now I can go and paste in place and just get it in there. Now I hope it's in the right spot. I might have to jump back. Okay, that's pretty good. You know what? Maybe go into background, move it a little bit over. I just want to get it to as close to Mario as I can. That's too far. I'll bump it back. Okay. Let's just make sure the instance name is the same. It's all good. Start hit zone. We'll leave it there for testing right now. We'll go back into our code. We're at start check, and what we're going to say is if world 1, because it's inside of the world 1 instance, start hit zone dot hit test, test object. Okay, because we don't care about the point in this case. If he touches that hit zone object anywhere, we want this to happen. And we're just going to say that the world 1, which is the background, its X will basically move back 10. Okay, so what I'm saying is if Mario touches this, if he hits this, the background will move back 10 so that it looks like he's hitting a wall. Let's see if it works. Let's go control test. Whoa, we got a major problem here. I have to see where that happened or why that happened. Let's just close up a few things here to see what caused that. That was interesting. I might have to test it again just to see where that issue was caused. So we'll test. It does not like this. Oh, I see the problem. Wow. You can, oh boy. I see the problem, okay? So in here, I've done this before. It's got to be a double closed bracket. I put the bracket was going the wrong way there, so that would screw it up. Something as small as that. Let's test it again. Okay, so look at this. I'm trying. Oh, look at that! I fell. But you can see that I can't go past that object. Okay, I don't know why I fall, but I can't go past it. So that's what we want. We're gonna go into our background. And let's hide this object. We'll click it, go to alpha, set it to 0, turn it off so that we don't see it. Now let's go to the end of the game, the flagpole. I just scrolled over. We're going to do the same thing. If Mario hits the flagpole, we want it to play the theme music. That means that we beat the game. So it's very similar sort of process here. We're going to take the box. We're going to cover the flag. You know what? Let's do it from the bottom up so I know I'm doing it right. Like this. Covers this whole entire stretch. We'll call this one, convert to symbol, we'll call this one end hit zone. Okay. Hit OK. We've got it in position over the flagpole. Nice. And now we got to go to our code. Oh, I have to name the instance as well. So go to properties, call it end hit zone. Okay. And we go to our actions here. And let's just check it out. Well, let's make a loop for this one as well. We'll call it end goal. Basically checking to see if we finish the level. I'll put it after start check. The order of these don't matter. It's good to follow the same order that you see here though. It's just, I'm gonna just put it here because I'm lazy. Function, end goal, boom boom, there we go. And we want it so that if he hits that object, that music is going to play. So let's just do that. Function or if world1 dot end hit zone, right? Is that what I called it? I'm pretty sure it was end hit zone. Dot hit test object Mario, and you can see how. Oops, it'd be good if I could spell. We can see how this is pretty repetitive. If he hits that object, we're going to do something that is a little different. We're going to first of all have the world1 dot end hit zone object move out of the way, just like with the coins. We're going to say y equals 1000, so it's going to just get moved right off the screen. And then we're going to tell it we no longer have control of Mario at this point. So we're going to remove the event listener for the keyboard. Okay, event, which is key down, the one that we created earlier, key underscore down, key down. So we're telling it to turn off the listener for the key down, which means we lose all control. And let's also make sure that we stop all sounds so that we can prepare for the music to play, the music to play for the end of the game. All that we have left to do is to create a frame within Mario that plays the theme music. So let's do that. We'll go Mario dot go to and play 5. Okay, because I think that the death was 4, so 5 will be that one that we're going to create. And on that 5th one, we're going to put that music. So let's do that. Let's go to Mario. Okay, frame 5. Actually, let's just take frame 1 where he's still, because that's going to be the same thing. We're going to copy that frame. I'm just right-clicking. And we're going to paste that frame on 5. Okay, so he's back to standing still. But then what we'll do is go here, make a new layer, call it sound effects, drag it down, oh, sound, and we'll put a keyframe here. We're going to insert a keyframe. It doesn't matter if it's blank or whatever because there's nothing there anyways. And then we're going to go to our library and we're going to drag the goal song to the stage. And so we see that it only plays on frame 5. Okay, so just to recap what we did there, because it was a little bit tricky, is we created an object for him to hit at the end of the level. When he hits that object, it goes completely off the screen. We remove the key down listener so we can't control Mario anymore. All other sounds stop, and then it goes to frame 5 of Mario and plays that music, hopefully. Let's test it out. Control test. Here we go. Looks like we had a problem here somewhere. I might have misspelt something there. Yes, I did. I see exactly what I did. Let me just close this. Oops. Let me just close that. Okay, I forgot the 2 brackets here after, whoops, after stop all. You need to have those there. If you don't, it's not going to work. Let's test that again. Okay, so we got the music. We can control Mario. We can't go left anymore, which is great. Goombas are going to kill us, I'm sure, so I'm not going to touch them. Let's just keep on going here. Oh, you know what? I got some strange thing happening with my gravity here. For some strange reason. It's not pushing me up. I don't know why, but we'll test again. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. That was strange. Okay, let's get to the end of the level. I'll try to do this as quick as I can. I didn't even try picking up the coins. Okay, we can pretty much assume that things are going to be working here because we've beta tested all along. Let's just get right to the end. Oh, I'm such a sick Mario player. My skills are legendary at this game. So there's the object. Let's hit it. Oh! And I just kept sliding. But you can see that it works. It works nicely. I don't know about the slide over. That was kind of weird. Maybe that was a one-time thing, hopefully. But yeah, I did slide a little bit there. But you can see that it worked. All we have left to do is to hide that object. Let's close this. Let's select that hit object. It's inside a background. Let's just go to properties and let's turn it off with our alpha 0. There we go. Okay guys, so that is the end of this tutorial, series of tutorials. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys. I apologize, this last one was a little long. I should have probably broken it into 2 pieces. Hopefully this helps you to understand how these games are created. You can apply these to almost any programming language because they're going to be very similar. You can make a lot with this. All right, once you know about hit zones and collision detection and gravity and all this good stuff, strings and variables and integers, all this stuff that we've talked about, you can make pretty much anything. All right, we didn't get into arrays and all those complicated things, but you can make a lot just with this. All right, so I'd love to see what you guys can do with this. Create some amazing games. Who knows? Maybe you'll have the best next mobile game out there. Who knows? Anyways, till next time, make sure you save your work, and thanks for watching.